Tuesday, September 5th, 2023. Yvette Basica here. Gang stalking, target, MK Ultra victim. So just wanted to make this video about the legal system of the last 8 years. So I got on conservatorship in 2015 by UCLA illegally. They didn't do any investigation on it. They just put me on it. Someone came to talk to me, but they didn't do an investigation. They just said I was going on it. So I got on it for about almost 5 years. And the only reason I was on it was because my lawyer refused to call me back. So Jonathan Petrak was my lawyer, and he refused to call me. He refused to email me. Nobody from the mental health court would answer any of my phone calls or emails, and no supervisors would contact me. And I knew that if I went down there in person, they would hide from me. But the only person that would be able to control it would be my conservator to give me my legal rights, and my mom refused. So I was getting abused at home every day for about 5 years, and she refused to do anything about it because she didn't want to get caught. So right the day that she was going to go down to court, she said it out loud to give me my lawyer, and the next day he called because I have cameras in my fucking house. He didn't want to get in trouble, so he called me. I met up with him. He didn't do anything to defend me. I went down to court. He didn't say anything except for maybe like one question, and he did not defend me. He actually threw me under the bus and tried to convince my mom to keep me on it. And I don't remember the judge's name at the time, but she got me off of it. And I was very thankful for that. It was at the LA court, the only mental health court that there was for conservatorships at the time. But I had to protect myself and defend myself, and I'm not a lawyer. So that was completely unfair. I got off of it, and then abuse kept happening, and I, from just like outside grocery stores, police, Department of Mental Health, every video that I've made so far. And, I got back on it, I think, what is that, 15, hold on, let me do the math. So, I think 2 years after or something, recently. So, I've been on conservatorship for, again, for about 2 years. And the only reason why I was on it again was because the court system postponed all of my hearings for almost a whole entire year, making excuses as to why I couldn't have my hearing. That's illegal, because if you make a mistake, you have an emergency hearing. There's plenty of judges that can do it. And so I was in I had a lawyer named Danielle Sullivan, and I told her what was happening to me, and she didn't tell me what my rights were or what I could do. She didn't give me any of my rights. I was like, can you tell me what my rights are? She was like, no, I can't tell you what your rights are. So she didn't get, I asked for handbooks. I asked for documentation. I asked for things to help me, and she refused to tell me what my rights were. So I got switched lawyers, and then it became Natalie Perisky, and she said I couldn't use any of my evidence. So no pictures, no doctor's notes, nothing. If I went to court, I would present myself as a mentally ill patient without providing any evidence of my abuses. I have over 200 pieces of evidence, and they won't take anything. So I was like, that's not fucking fair. So I ended up, she ended up switching lawyers again and didn't tell me that she was ending, switching it. And I got Ramiro Jacinto, and they switched all of the conservatorship hearings to the Norwalk courthouse on purpose. Why would someone that lives in south of LA County drive all the way to the Norwalk courthouse? That makes no fucking sense to me at all. So then, and the person that put me on the conservatorship again was Judge Draskell. And it was on video. She didn't give me a say. She didn't let me tell me any of my rights. I also, I don't remember if my lawyer was present or not. I can't remember. But she didn't give me any of my rights, and she didn't protect me. And she just put me on it. And she had people telling her in the background what to do and what to say. I was like, that's great. That's another CIA agent doing that. That's fantastic. So then I, so Robert, Ramiro, sorry, his name, Ramiro Jacinto, won't call me back. He won't return any of my phone calls. He won't talk about my case with me. I was in the hospital. He refused to help me. He refused to protect me. He refused to get me transportation to the courthouse with my court hearing. He didn't follow up with me even a week before my court date. Nothing. He still won't call me back. He still won't respond to my emails. He won't do anything. So I basically left without a lawyer for like 8 years. 8 years I've been like left without a lawyer. And anyway, now there's a new judge, Scott Heron, and I told him about my abuses in the hospitals and what was happening to me, and he refused to protect me. He refused to give me any of my rights, and he just kept postponing my court dates. And I had a court date, and I was on video, and he postponed it 3 different times just to keep me in the hospital, and he wouldn't give me any of my rights, and he wouldn't tell me that I can come down in person. And I had, a whole entire year. You can't postpone a court date for a whole entire fucking year. That doesn't make any sense. So I'm basically left without any legal representation for 8 years, and I have no judges that do any protection for me being a vulnerable disabled adult. And I've explained to them that I cannot work because I get blocked by the fucking police from getting a job for 8 years, and no one will help me. And I tried to say I can't get low-income housing. No one will help me. Section 8 won't put me on the housing list. So it's like, what am I left to do? It's just not fair. And just about the police and what they do to me is they slander my name everywhere that I go. If I put my address in my phone where I'm attending, by the time I get there, their goons are already there. They've already got me. If I go to the grocery store, they already got me. If I go to a coffee shop, they already got me. They're like surrounding. If I meet new people and they're a good person or a Christian, they'll go and they'll slander my name, and they'll say, oh, she's a criminal, or she's crazy, or she's a drug user, and all these different things. It's like, no, I'm not a fucking drug user, and I'm not crazy, and I'm not mentally ill. I'm a victim. And so it's like constant. If my phone wasn't hacked and my computer and emails weren't hacked, then why are my emails getting erased? Why are my text messages getting erased? Why do I send text messages and I call the person and they tell me they never received it? Am I delusional for making that up? No. Why are my phone calls blocked? Why do I call businesses and I can't get through to 50% of the businesses that I call? Why is it that when I make a phone call and I talk to somebody that's a good person the cops hang up the phone on me. Am I making that up? No. Not fucking making that up. So, anyway, I just wanted to show the legal system of what's happening to me, and it's worse than Britney Spears. Britney Spears had a public defender who called her back, who represented her in court, who gave her options. I do not have any of those options. This is not fair.